What's going on, guys? This is Jay, and today is Tuesday, June the 23rd of 2020. Started out today with a little bit of a setback. Our car stopped working. We believe that it is the catalytic converter. After looking at the car and doing a little bit of inspection, kind of hit us yesterday evening. We were driving home and the car just kind of stopped on us. We had some neighbors and family and friends that help us get it parked here so we can look at it. At least it's not somewhere far away where we can't work on it, so we're going to have to figure out what our next move is. At this point, I'm not really sure what it is that we're going to do, so it's kind of a little bit of a setback, but we don't have time to think about it. We have work to do in the garden, so for now, I'm going to get my tools together. After we take the tomato stakes off top of the car, we'll worry about that at a later date. We're going to get our tools together, and we're going to get a ride down to the garden because we have some tomatoes to put in. So that's the next step. We're on that beautiful drive down to the garden, and we don't have time to let the setback stop us. We still have plenty of work to do here, so it has nothing to do with it. I'm going to let me talk and explain a little bit more. What's going on, guys? This is Jay. There's Felicia.
Hey.
Today is Tuesday, June 23rd, and we have caught a ride down to our field. My dad gave us a ride down here, and something's going on for our car. I believe it's the catalytic converter. I don't know. We're going to have to take it off and look at it. Doesn't matter. The car is down, and we're here to transplant tomatoes. I had to get here, so now we're here. We're walking down here to transplant some tomatoes because I don't know when I can get the car fixed. So I want to make sure the tomatoes are in the ground and they'll be okay until I get the car fixed. After that, I don't have to worry about coming down and watering them because they're in pots. And after we get done here putting these tomatoes in the ground, we're going to go up to the cornfield and work with Sky and Marshall up there today. I think they're up there. I tried to call, and we're going to walk up there after we get done here. But let's get down here and put these tomatoes in real quick and get out of here and keep rocking it with me. Can you dig it? So check it out. Now it's time to put in another row of tomatoes. These are the tomatoes that we got from Jenny Totten. They are Mr. Stripey tomatoes and German Johnson tomatoes. So we're going to go ahead and put these in real quick. That'll give us 2 more 100-foot rows of tomatoes. We're going to do a quick little celebration dance because we made it here. That's a celebration within itself. Wasn't sure what we're going to do. Still not sure what we're going to do, but it's okay. We're here today, and we're going to plant tomatoes. We're projected to get some rain later on in the week with the days to follow, so we're going to get these in the ground. Not sure when we're going to be able to get back here, so I want them in the ground and thriving for when this rain comes. They'll be seated in there and they'll be able to take care of themselves a little bit better than they will in these planters, and the sooner they get in the ground, the sooner they're going to grow. So what we're doing now, we stretched out the tape measure down the line. I'm digging a hole every 3 feet to put in a tomato, and Felicia is taking the tomatoes out of the pots and adding the fertilizer, the chicken manure fertilizer in there. It's an organic mix. Pretty sure I've said that a bunch of times before, but for new video viewers, check it out. Can you dig it? So we get an average of 30 tomatoes into a 100-foot row. Sometimes we'll get a little bit more, sometimes we'll get a little bit less. All of the rows aren't exactly 100 feet, but the way that these blocks are designed, they are 100 feet. So when we lay our irrigation, we'll be set to go. I'm not exactly sure when we're going to lay our irrigation. We still have some weeks with rain where the rain is going to take care of the plants, so we have time. We're still doing a lot of planting, so we definitely still have time to get that in, but we want to get in as many plants as possible into place before we lay out irrigation. In front of these tomatoes, we are planning and projecting to put eggplant. I've never grown eggplant. That's going to be exciting. I think that Jenny Totten started some eggplant seeds, so we're going to see how that goes. If not, we will make some kind of other plans. We have more tomato trellis to put up after this. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to happen, because I'm going to have to figure out some way how to get the tomato stakes here now that our car is not working and I'm getting rides whenever and wherever I can get them, and or walking. I think that we're going to be doing some walking later on today to get back home, because I haven't made any plans about how we're going to get back home. We only live 1.4 miles away from where we are now, so it's not that far of a walk. We didn't bring too much stuff to carry back, just our backpacks and some lunch and a few tools to get this task done. But it looks like we're almost finished here, and this task is coming to an end, so I think we're going to do a little bit more down here in the field today after we finish putting these tomatoes in. And it's been a journey. It's definitely been a journey this year. We wound up planning a lot more than what we had planned for, and it's about time to jump into the next task. So check it out, guys. We just put in another 100-foot row of tomatoes. We got 30 plants in each row on this side. These are German Johnson and Mr. Stripey tomatoes. We'll start putting the trellis in here the next couple of days now that we have the plants in. The main goal today was just to get the plants into the ground and out of the planters. So I don't know how long it's going to take to get that car fixed, and I want to make sure that they're going to be all right and not sitting out here in the sun in pots if I can't make it back here. So they're in the ground. We have a couple extra left over. We're going to take up here and stick into our other tomato trellises right there. Looking pretty amazing, by the way. Our peppers are looking strong. We've got 3.5 rows of peppers in here. We have since put in another short row of peppers. We have some gypsy peppers that we put in that we got from Jenny Totten. She wanted us to put those in. Look at this corn. Let's see if you can see the corn today. I can't tell because of the way the camera is, but we have rows of corn, 6 rows of corn right here coming up, and it's looking strong. We're going to get here next couple of days and work this corn by hand with some garden tools. But right now we're going to take a coffee break after we stick these tomatoes in, and we're going to try to maybe get some collards and kale in. We might wait till this evening, I don't know. But just keep rocking it with us, and we're going to kick you back into a time lapse. So now we're going to take a couple of the tomatoes that we had left over, and we're just going to fill in some empty spaces on the trellis line. I'm going to go through and do a little bit of quick weeding. The weeds aren't bad at all in this area where we've laid down the cardboard, and it has truly been amazing, transformational to the entire experience, especially when it comes to doing the weeding and to helping the soil stay moist. We can peel this cardboard back and it's always wet underneath there, which is amazing. And we're starting to see onions poke their way through. More and more onions poke through every day that we put in between those tomatoes there. and it's pretty awesome. And now I'm building a little box shelter so we can have our lunch and have a little bit of shade here before we move on to the next task. I love these little lunch breaks. It gives us a chance to chill out for a second, get our bearings, and prepare for what we're going to do next. We get a little bit dehydrated working out here. The sun is hot even when the clouds are out. Doesn't matter if it's overcast or what it is, it's hard work all the time. So these lunch breaks are where it's at. They really are. And I enjoy watching the time lapse and taking the time to reflect on what we just got finished. So we just got through having our lunch break. I thought I would bring you guys in here to see these sunflowers. Look how big they've gotten. All those sunflowers. Now those are going to be huge. They're called mammoth sunflowers, and they're going to get about 10 feet tall. It's going to be amazing and beautiful. And check out this yucca plant. We got a couple of these yucca plants along the edge of the garden. This thing is loaded with flowers. There's a few of those yucca plants around the area. And right over here is where we did a lot of the mustard and the cabbages. We come in here and weeded a few days ago. And we collected some caterpillars a few days ago. You guys will have to check those out in some of the other videos. This is what we have to deal with the caterpillars. They're coming in. And look at these guys right here. We're going to have to treat these and get these guys out of here. But right now what I've been doing, I've been getting them all by hand. We just come in and squash them on the plants. Look at that. That whole thing needs to go right now. We're going to get rid of some of these caterpillars. We're going to get some spray in here. And they're not on every plant. You can see that that plant's been eaten a little bit, but this one right next to it, totally fine. What I do when I find them, I'll go in and kill all the ones that I can by hand. So I don't want to spray anything I don't have to. And we try to keep them under control like that. We check all of the surrounding plants, any ones of them with damage, and try to assess what's going on. We are going to get some organic sprays and things like that to take care of them, and I'll show you guys what that stuff looks like. Like you can see this plant right beside it, there's not one caterpillar on it anywhere, so we're good to go. But that's what's going on right here, and I'm gonna shoot you back into another time lapse. Now I'm just going through and making sure that there are no more caterpillars that I can visibly see on any of the plants that I see damaged in this area. It's just a quick run through. I do it every time I'm in here. Make sure to take out any of the ones that I can see. And we will get that organic spray later on and treat this area for all the ones that I don't see and for any of the newcomers. And it will kill out any of the bugs that we don't get to catch in here. There are plenty of them. That's a harlequin beetle. We found some eggs on the back of this plant, so I took those eggs out. I currently have those at home, and these are some of the caterpillars that we're dealing with in here. Also brought some of them home, and we killed out a few of those by hand. We're just finishing up a quick run through of the first row, and we're going to jump into the squash. I've been seeing some beetles and some activity from them in here. Check it out, guys. We're down here in the cucumber patch.
Look at this cucumber. That's very cool. Very cool indeed. We have a little cucumber here, and look over here. There's another cucumber right here, hanging there. We got some small ones coming on. I love watching these things grow. They're trellising through here, and what's got me more excited today is I've spotted the first female crookneck squash flower. Now the difference in the flowers, I'll show you that when we get right over here on this side of the fence. This here is a male flower. You'll see how it has just a flower on the end. It's just a regular flower. And the female flowers, they're gonna have a little squash and then a flower. And let me show you what that looks like as soon as I find it. Again, right here. This one here is gonna be a little squash. So you have the flower bud and then you have the squash. That is a female flower. So, very cool update from the cucumber patch. We come in and patch this spot of water weed with cardboard, and it looks like it's doing pretty well. We're gonna have to start training these pumpkins. They're trying to sprawl out on us. So we're gonna start training these pumpkins to grow where they need to grow. We're gonna grow them laterally, so we're gonna have to start training them to do that. Bush squashes are looking good. Our watermelons, our water babies, they're coming in good. They're not sprawled out or anything yet, but we have a bunch of those in, and they're gonna be doing good too. But we're gonna have to do something about these pumpkins here within the next couple of days or within the next week or so. So that's what we got going on in this area.
I'm pretty excited about these cucumbers. Every time I come in here, I love to take pictures, and the squash, all of it in general. I'm excited about everything, really, to be honest, and just getting to watch it grow and learn what's going on with the entire ecosystem of the garden and how to control the pests and all of that stuff. All of good gardens, they have bugs in there, because if the bugs aren't eating your garden, then they're not part of the environment. Your garden's not part of the environment if the bugs are not eating it, if you're not able to eat it without washing it and all of that. So we don't use any kind of chemicals or harmful fertilizers, anything that's not natural. We're not using it in here. So what we're doing now, we're taking the walk up to the cornfields, up to Sky's fields. This is the area that I used the disc to chop up for Dan at the Elkhorn Inn and Theater on my left there. And we found a berry patch. So we're getting blackberries now, guys. It's blackberry season, and these are the first berries that we picked this year. It's pretty awesome. And they're very sweet, very delicious, nutritious, and all of the above. So we're going to take the opportunity on this walk to pick any berries that we see on this beautiful walk that used to be the drive. Today it's the walk, the beautiful walk through those mountain valleys of McDowell County, Landgraf, West Virginia. And we've scored on a couple berry bushes on the way up through here, so we're going to pick off what berries we can and fill up a lunchbox. We got a little bit of berries out there, so that's pretty awesome. We're going to continue the walk up through the field here, see if we can't find some more berries on the way to the cornfield. And when we get to the cornfield, we'll see if we can get something done there or what's going on. And we found another berry patch, so I'm going to take the opportunity to grab some more of these berries while they're ripe, because they have a very short lived season, and there are plenty unripened berries on here, and I'm only taking the ones that are ready to go into the box and into my belly. We found a couple flowers along the way. Beautiful walk. We're usually driving through here, and we don't get to take the time to look at all the vegetation that is growing. There's only a few berries, and there's that field that we've been working on the past couple of days on my right. It's a little bit longer when you're walking through it, and it seems like Sky and Marshall was here, so we kind of lucked up there. So I'm going to go in here and help them work some corn. I had a blood sugar drop there, so I'm going to take a short coffee break and a blueberry muffin break and go up here and help these guys work the corn. I don't know how long they've been here. We've been in the lower part of the farm all morning, so I'm assuming that they've been up here all morning. I seen Marshall drive by probably about 30 minutes after we got to the lower part of the fields, and we're just going to go through and do some more working of this corn. So we're getting closer to having this entire field complete of weeding, which is pretty awesome. I think we eventually make it down 6 more entire rows of corn, and that is a lot because these rows are a good 300 feet long, and there are quite a few rows in here. I'm not sure exactly how many, somewhere between 20 and 40 rows. Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter, but the corn is looking amazing. It's getting tall, and it's going to rain later in the week, so we want to have this ready to go, looking good. We want to get out as much water weed as possible, and the day is coming to an end for me. I've been having low blood sugars on and off throughout the day because we've been working super hard, and that usually happens. So I'm going to deal with it with some more blueberry muffin and a little bit of coffee, and Fee's taking a nice little nap there on the ground because we're pretty tired. We did quite a bit today, and that walk, it's no joke, especially with the heat out there. The heat is coming down through them clouds. Even though it looks like it's a nice cool day, don't let it fool you, because that sun will still beat you up. So we're just going to take the opportunity and relax under that beautiful maple tree that I love so much, that shades out this field. You can see trains going by in the background all the time in these videos. I think it's kind of cool to see that aspect of it. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope it was informational, inspirational. Get out there and grow something. Keep checking us out. And if you like the video, hit the like button. If you found it helpful, subscribe. Hit the notification bell for updates on future videos. And until next time, can you dig it?